Hello, Tazar2 here, and welcome back to the Lads Podcast. We are up on episode, was it 6?
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't been keeping track.
I think it's 6. Anyway, I am your host, Tazar2. I already introduced myself, but this is how this thing works. I introduce myself twice because it's really fun.
Because you can. It's your channel.
Yeah,
You're
it's my
plugging
channel,
yourself.
and this is my co-host.
Hi, it's me. Hi, I'm the guy who does the co-hosting.
Are, are, are you gonna say your name, maybe?
Sure. Hi, it's me, Jerry Miller, your friendly co-host.
Oh, welcome.
Thanks.
So the first thing I have to talk about today would be the Xbox ZeniMax deal. Do you know anything about that?
No, I haven't been following up on that.
Well, ZeniMax is a studio that has a bunch of other studios inside of it. Game studio.
Hmm.
I should be a bit more specific. And Xbox, we know Xbox. They're recently building a mini fridge and a speaker to sell for $500 and $300. And ZeniMax, these are uh, mainly the biggest studio that they have acquired is Bethesda Game Studios. And Bethesda Game Studios, they make the Fallout series.
Right.
So this is a pretty big buy.
Yeah.
And um, they'll be acquired by the end of, I think it's the end of 2021.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So the reason this is so big is because Microsoft also owns Obsidian Games, which made Fallout New Vegas, which is arguably the best Fallout game. So because Obsidian used to be subsidiary of Bethesda, so when they worked together on that, apparently that was the best game that they made. You may also know them for Outer Worlds.
Ah, yes, I have seen some stuff about that. That was cool.
So with this acquirement, that means Bethesda and Obsidian are owned by the same person again, or the same company again, which means that there could be, well, what Fallout fans are hoping to have better Fallout games. Because, according to most Fallout fans, after New Vegas, they kind of went downhill. And we know about good old West Virginia Simulator, so we know how that went down. And I ran into my desk with my chair.
That's great.
Lovely. So that's the deal. There are some games coming up that Bethesda and Arkham, which owned by the same person, that's
Hmm.
ZeniMax. Uh, Arkham Games, Bethesda Game Studios, all the studios, they got games coming up. Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop, and they were both originally PS4 exclusives or PS5 exclusives. So it'll be interesting to see that you have basically Xbox selling games to be a PS5 exclusive. Well, they're limited exclusivity. Anyway, that's just getting too far into it. Limited exclusivity meaning, it'll be on PS4 or PS5. I'm so used to saying PS4 because PS5 ain't out yet. Uh, but it will exclusively be on the PS5 and PC for a year, and then it will come out on Xbox. So it's interesting that Xbox Game Studios is going to be on the cover, but it won't come to Xbox for another year.
Yeah, that is kind of strange.
Speaking of gaming, uh, Cyberpunk 2077. I've been talking to you a lot about that. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure you've heard of
Um,
it, from
I've
me at
heard of it
least.
occasionally, at least a few weeks ago.
I talk about it a lot. Oh, right, because COVID, we're not always talking like we used to.
Right.
Well, Cyberpunk is one of my more anticipated games. Uh, if you know me, you know that cyberpunk, like the cyberpunk genre, is something I'm really interested in, or maybe not. I don't know. I don't really express my favorite genre of game. mostly because there's like three games that
Mhm.
satiate that genre. A lot. There's some movies, but they're all terrible because it's really hard to get
Right.
cyberpunk. It's pretty deep and complicated. I at least that's why I think it gets messed up a lot. So yeah, that's probably one of the more exciting thing or exciting games for me to come out. It's the most anticipated game I think. CD Projekt Red, The Witcher.
Right.
They 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 make great games always. The problem is nobody likes the fact that they have to crunch to get it out, like crunch culture. You've seen that, right? If
Yeah.
not, I'll explain it. Okay, crunch. So crunch is a bad thing, but we should get this amazing game out of it, which I'm excited for. And the news that I was supposed to say instead of tripping over my words and going all and dancing all around it is that they're golded, which means that they're printing discs for it.
Oh, interesting.
So that means it's releasable, which doesn't really mean anything now because everything's digital. An update can just be, day one patches, things like that. Man, we have a lot of stuff that we kind of missed.
Oh,
Uh,
you want to go back over that?
no, I'm saying because we've been gone for so long.
Oh,
We should probably talk about, without getting too political, the
the
presidential and vice,
debates?
yeah, and I can't talk.
Yeah, you can talk.
The presidential and vice presidential debates. Did you see them?
I saw bits and clips that people had sent me and stuff like that, and the important bits that people talked about, but I had not yet watched the full thing in its entirety.
Yeah, because I remember me and Daniel, we were,
Oh yeah, you two were going
we
all
we
sorts of back and forth behind that.
yeah, Daniel's a friend of ours. We won't dox him just yet. But yeah, we were going back and forth. He was talking about it. He was being kind of presumptuous about some things, and I was like,
Right.
no, no, slow down. These things go really fast. You gotta listen. You have it all wrong. So things that were talked about during the debate. The presidential debate. The important one, that quote unquote, was really just a shouting match.
Yeah, that's what I heard from most people who've seen it and from the clips I've seen. It wasn't really much of a debate. It was more just fighting. Yeah,
Yeah. You have 70-year-old men acting like children.
right.
So, that's fun. So that was the presidential debate. If just like a little sum up for that. But the vice presidential debate was much calmer. I feel like they learned from it almost. They can't have a
Mhm.
shouting match that doesn't work.
Right.
And yeah, it was much calmer. They they kept talking about their running mates though, which really, you're talking about like if you're a debate, it's a debate.
Mm.
You shouldn't be talking about and you're trying to make a case for yourself to be vice president of the United States. You should be talking about yourself.
Right. What qualifies you to be vice president? What qualifies a president?
Yeah, what qualifies your running mate to be president?
Hmm.
Because that's the topic of well, not the topic of the debate, but that's the argument that you're making on the debate.
Right.
Like, you should be vice president. Uh, some of the memes that came out of it, there's quite a few memes. Joe Biden telling people shut up.
Oh yeah, that one was. I really like that meme.
Uh, I saw one. This might be a bit divisive, but it was a picture of Chris Wallace, the moderator for the presidential, and it said what a social worker handling a domestic looks like. Mm, like a domestic abuse call,
Hmm.
because they were talking about the defunding and stuff. They were
Yeah.
like, oh, just send social workers instead of cops. That doesn't work. It like in practice, it doesn't work at all. I guess in theory it could work, but
Hmm.
only if guns didn't exist, or
Yeah.
if people weren't aggressive, which usually in domestic abuse calls they are aggressive. That's usually the topic of them.
Hmm.
But I thought that one was funny, which it didn't make it sound like it was funny. But
Aw,
I'm
unfortunate.
not too animated today.
Same.
I yeah, I got a new job since we last had the podcast. You know,
Oh, it's
working
been
at
that recent?
yeah,
Oh,
we haven't had the podcast in forever.
that is true.
Working in the grocery store. I'm working at local grocery store in
Oh, that.
place we live
Ooh,
in. What? Oh, what's
that's
the?
going to come across great to the viewers'
Uh,
ears.
I bet it would.
Oh, yeah.
Did you make out what I was trying to say?
Yeah, you said something like local grocery store or something like that.
Yeah, local grocery store and place we live in. Right. Anyway, so that's pretty good. I'm doing like the one where you pick up your groceries, like like the store gets the groceries for you and you give it to people.
Oh, you're doing a delivery?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, cool.
It's not delivery, it's Sojourno. We
Taylor.
do what?
Taylor.
What?
No. No. No.
What is it? Is it delivery?
No. It's not delivery. That's the thing. That's
Yeah,
the issue. It's not delivery.
but we do have DiGiorno, which is funny because we're delivering DiGiorno.
What?
So if
Hang
somebody
on.
so if somebody puts on their shopping list DiGiorno pizza, we're gonna pick it up from the freezer and deliver it.
You're delivering DiGiorno?
Yes, we're
What?
we're we're delivering DiGiorno.
How? Teach us.
Teach us your ways. Well, the good thing is whenever we visit the store, if we're like hanging out or whatever, which probably won't be for a while. Sad.
Hmm.
But if we're just hanging out, I'll know where stuff is.
That is really cool. That's a nice, handy little tool to have.
It's a helpful tool that will help. It's a hand. What what's the
You
thing?
got it. You can do this.
Was it? It's a handy tool that will help us later.
Something like that,
It's a
yes.
helpful tool that will help us
Insert the
later.
meme template here.
Yeah. Isn't that from like Blue's Clues or something?
No, it was a Mickey Mouse meme. He
Yeah,
was,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I think it's a helpful tool that will help us later, which is double speak, but whatever. You okay? It sounded like
Yeah, that was my doggo. I'm trying to comfort him while my parents are away.
oh,
Yeah.
poor
Trying to get
doggo.
him to not bark, so I'm stretching my arm across my bed trying to like pet him while
Hey,
also holding the
hey,
phone.
calm down, buddy.
Yeah. And I'm trying to get him closer, but he just doesn't want to move.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, with that sadness that the dog is experiencing, let's pile in some more sadness. Black Panther died.
Wow, what a way to, I mean, it's old news, but what a way to deliver it.
Yeah, rip.
Rip. Yeah, that was sad. I remember hearing about that. I was just scrolling through Snapchat and I saw on someone's story that Chadwick Boseman had died. I was so sad, and then the whole rest of the night on TV was just
Yeah,
news of him, and it was really sad. Like we even talked about it at my trade school that I go to. We talked about that for like a whole day, or part of a day at least. It was quite a it
I
was unexpected, I would say.
I saw a picture going around of him at the Disney parks, and there was like a mural of like Black Panther or something.
That's very
I
nice.
forget what it was exactly. What exactly the mural of? Like you said, old news. I can't
Hmm.
remember a thing. My memory's shot anyway. So yeah, that was disappointing to hear. I still never watched Black Panther, but I guess I have to now.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I would say it was pretty good.
Yeah, people say it's the best Marvel movie.
I wouldn't agree, but it's not one of the worst.
Yeah, I didn't hate Infinity War, but it was kind of replaced. That's the kind of movie that you got to watch multiple times to get.
Yeah, yeah, I'll agree to that. Fortunately for me, I have watched it multiple times.
Yeah, I have not. I still need.
Have you seen the whole thing yet? Because I remember we were going to watch it.
I've watched the whole movie. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You watched Endgame yet?
Yeah, that's what I meant. I meant Endgame.
Oh yeah,
We watched Infinity. I've watched Infinity War 2 or 3 times.
I've watched it like eight.
Yeah, but those last, was it 2 or 3 movies you need to watch multiple times to get. And I've only watched Infinity War no, multiple times. Sounds like your phone is vibrating, but
Yeah, it
really,
did. It was an email notification.
I thought it was a dog.
No, that was about to be a dog because I took my hand off of him for like 2 seconds. He started going.
Oh no! Panic mode engaged.
Yeah, he's got separation anxiety like really bad. So like anytime anyone leaves, we just have to be like, "It's okay, bud."
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, my dog doesn't get separation anxiety, but whenever my mom or my dad leaves, he goes upstairs and goes to sleep.
Aw, that's nice.
And when they come back, he comes rushing down the stairs, so excited to
Aw,
see them.
oh, that's really cute.
So he's not super anxious or anything. He's
Hmm.
just he just kind of gets a little bit depressed.
Oh, yeah, my dogs. Well, the other one, I'm surprised I haven't heard him yet. But both of them usually they just stand at the door barking their heads off the whole time while my parents are gone. But right now he's being fine. Because, like I said, I'm calming him, I'm petting him. But like, if I weren't doing that right now, he would be at the door barking his head off.
So I came up with an idea for like a new segment.
Ooh,
So it's so you are aware of the subreddit Ask Reddit, right?
right. I've seen that a bit.
So my idea was to ask questions on Ask Reddit and get answers and read them.
What an idea.
I didn't get user submitted questions today anyway, because I've forgotten.
Oh,
Like I said, I've been so out of it. So we only got 2 real answers, and they're both not really provoking, except for like thought provoking. But you can give your thoughts. Uh,
alrighty.
so one of them was we're basically just got married, so everything was easy. So I'm assuming that's like eloping or whatever in court.
Hmm.
And this other person goes married, but only because my mother insisted on an actual wedding. So So the actual wedding planning is seems to be more difficult than engaging. I was just wondering if the stress, like if it's more stressful. That was probably a better question than harder.
Right.
What was more stressful?
I'd say probably the engagement would be more stressful.
Like, 'cause that's like a lot of you gotta hype yourself up and get really
Right.
confident, you know?
Yeah, and you gotta be willing to like accept if they say no or
Yeah.
something like that, which would be heartbreaking. But like,
Yeah, you can't
I think
just
that's
assume
part of
they'll
the
say
stress of it.
yes.
Right. Like you hope they will. You hate to see
Yeah,
when they don't.
yeah.
But but yeah, for that reason mainly, I would say the engagement would probably be more stressful. But
I was
in
just
terms
thinking,
of in terms of like the cost, setting it all up, planning it, and all that, I would say that might outnumber if you know what I mean. Like it might like outweigh the stress of asking someone to marry you. But I don't know because I've never been in that situation.
yeah, I was thinking of I was thinking like for weddings, I feel like it'd be more stressful just because the planning. Have you ever planned something?
I've planned a few things.
Because as a content creator, I plan a lot of things. So I just think I, I think it's a little uh stressful. It can get a little stressful sometimes planning things.
Right.
Because if something doesn't go to plan, it all just all goes to shambles.
Mhm. I can imagine how stressful planning a big event like a wedding would be when we can
Yeah, because
hardly
that's
ever
bigger.
plan. Yeah, because we could hardly ever plan consistent D&D, let
Yeah.
alone I can imagine
I
us
can't
trying to plan
I
a
can't
wedding.
plan D&D consistently. Think of the wedding.
Right. Trying to invite like a whole lot of people, like an entire family.
See, I was thinking of things that I've done that's similar. The thing is, I didn't do a lot of it. So the only situation I think I've been in that's similar is my Court of Honor for Eagle Scout,
That's what I was thinking.
because there were I think 100 people there, a
Yeah,
little
it
bit
seems
over, a
about
little
right.
bit under, but right around 100 people. We didn't know
Right.
there was going to be 100 people there. That was a really stressful thing when we got the RSVPs back, and we're like, oh, only like 60 people are going to come. It's going to be fine. And then we get them back, and it's like 100 people. And my mom's like, I need to make more food. But it turned out nice, you know. It was a little more packed than it was supposed to be, but we got through it. For those of you listening, a 100 people event sounds impossible in today's times, but I assure you, this was years ago.
Years.
Yeah, it was 2018.
What?
Yeah,
Whoa, that doesn't hang on. Really?
I have the papers here.
That was 2018?
Yeah,
That
where
was 2 years ago?
I I have a bunch of citations and stuff,
Wow. I don't know
but
why I feel like it was so much closer than that.
yeah, me too. Because
Oh, that's.
I was doing a lot of college stuff and I was putting it on my resume.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, when was this court of honor? Because that's when you're officially awarded it, even though the date that you're awarded is before that.
Right.
Oop, I punched my desk again. This desk is very
Ah,
wobbly.
hate to have that happen.
But yeah, when I was putting on my resume when I was like, that was 2018.
Yeah, that's weird because I vividly remember being there, and it doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
Yeah, me neither. 2018 feels like forever ago. But then but then you're thinking of like, and it was early 2018 too. It was like, what was it, February?
It might have been. It was probably yeah. It was a bit colder that day.
Yeah, it was like February 2018, which is that's miles away. Pretty crazy.
That is.
We don't have much content because we don't have our guest star to low key
Yeah,
carry
we.
us.
Yeah.
Right. So I have a question. What is the worst day of the week?
Ooh, that's a good one. I don't want to say Mondays are my least favorite days because everyone says that, and I'm not just trying to say a different day than Monday to stand out. I
Yeah.
honestly don't hate Mondays that much.
Even the cat hates Mondays.
Yeah, but I don't is the thing.
Yeah.
But um, I guess I don't know. Tuesdays always feel kind of weird. They're just kind of there. I don't know. It's just like it's not the beginning of the week, but it's not the middle or end either. They're just eh.
See, I go in between Tuesdays and Thursdays as the worst days because,
So Wednesday
well, not Wednesday.
in
Uh,
bet- in
because Wednesday is
between.
an early day at school, so it's good. Wednesdays are good.
Okay, but you said in between Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's Wednesday.
No, like I go in between, like
Oh,
sometimes I
oh,
think
you mean like
Tuesdays are the
it's a
worst
cross?
days.
Okay,
Sometimes I think
I see
Thursday.
what you mean. hmm I don't know. I guess it really depends on how I'm feeling that day.
Yeah,
It's like a week to week basis on what day I feel is the worst.
because Mondays are fine. I'm invigorated by, the weekend. The
Mhm.
weekend let me recharge. But then Tuesday is just a day.
Yeah, it's just there.
It's just kind of there. And then Wednesdays is an early day, so I can relax. But then Thursday, I didn't get like enough time to fully recharge on Wednesday. And if I'm working, especially not.
Right.
So by Thursday, I'm dragging. But the kind of varies on my work schedule because if I wasn't
Hmm.
working on Wednesday, I get some more R&R time. So sometimes Thursdays go a bit better than Tuesdays. I mean, Friday's always good, TGIF, right?
Right.
So yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah. For me, recently, I've really liked Thursdays because the only day I've been going into school, and it hasn't even been the high school. It's been the
Oh
my school
right,
of tech that I
the
go
trade
to.
the trade
That's
school.
Yeah. I only go on Thursdays, so Thursdays have been my favorite day of the week for like the past like 2 months.
Oh, speaking of which, how is going back to school? Cause I've been here.
It's been good. Because the entire classroom is all spaced out. We're all 6 feet apart from each other. We're always wearing masks except for lunch. Um, our teacher has been really nice. He doesn't make us go to the cafeteria to eat lunch either. He allows us to eat in the classroom. So we don't have to get up and leave to do that. We don't have to, you know, worry
That
about different seating and all
that
for
sounds
that.
nice.
It is.
My
It's.
my statistics teacher was talking about how what the school looked like, what the homeschool looked like.
Mhm.
So what she said was the cafeteria. It was just a bunch of people spaced out, and the tables have plexiglass dividers on them.
Oh.
So people can sit on either side, but they have plexiglass dividers, and nobody's talking,
Ugh.
which just sounds eerie.
Yeah. Just.
See, whenever I think of like, I think a lot about the division and like what that looks like.
Mhm.
They have all the barricades and they're like wash your hands and stuff like that. And I'm I'm standing outside the Walmart and I'm looking and they have barricades that say wash your hands. I'm like, "Oh shoot. It's happening." But no, really, it is kind of the
Yeah,
thought of it.
that's weird. The lunchroom is never quiet, and
Mhm.
that's going to be an eerie thing to experience. Then again, going into school, my school of tech, that was an awkward experience because it was never quiet last year either. But this year, it's been like nearly dead silent because everyone's like we're not close enough to talk to each other that well, and without everyone else hearing it, and then we're just hyper focused on whatever we're doing now. Because one, we have capstone now, so we have to work on that
Oh.
every day. Um, and yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
been
was hearing
eerie.
about I was hearing about capstone projects from some people. I didn't hear about yours. What are you thinking of doing?
I recently switched mine because I realized I wasn't liking where the original idea was going. I was originally doing a game design. I was making a game, but
Ooh.
I didn't like where it was going. I felt I couldn't tell the story as effectively. So I switched to animation instead because one, I already just really like animation anyway. I even in fact plan on maybe doing that as a career one day. So I figured do it now, figure out how it all works so that one day I could, pursue a career in it. And two, I just really liked it. Like I hopped into Adobe Animate and it was just like this is so cool and it was easy to learn too. Like it took me an hour to do one tiny little animation, but it was pretty good honestly for my first time. I was quite impressed, and it just seemed really fun, and it seems like something I'm going to enjoy doing for the rest of this year.
Well, that sounds fun. That's kind of how I feel about programming when I'm coding something. Because for me, it's so easy to pick up because it's so analytical. Like
Hmm.
it's all math, which I can't say that I'm like a math head, but
Hmm.
like like the formula structure and stuff, I'm really I'm really tuned into. So so it's really easy for me to pick it up. And and when that's that's the place where I can feel like I'm building something. Because I'm not really a creative. I mean, I am a creative, but not in the sense of like, make a painting or
Right.
drawing. I can't do that. But what I can do is I can build something. I can build stuff. I built a
Hmm.
Gaga pit and put it in the town. I built a chat room that my friends used to use, but the module I used is broken now, so I gotta
Oh.
migrate another one over. Anyway, but I built a chat room and that anyone can use, and I'm building like little widget tools that I need. So I'll give you an example. I was camping last week. We were trying to decide what beds we were gonna take because some beds are better than others. You could take the couch.
Right.
You you could take the bunk sitting in the back, and you could take the dinette, which nobody wants the dinette. The dinette is terrible. It you take the dinette and you pick it up. You pick up the dinette and you take out the legs and you put them under and you lay the cushions that you would sit on top of it, and that becomes a bed.
Oh.
And it's hard, and it's not very comfortable. And probably one of the and then the couch is kind of like that too. It folds down. It's like a futon,
Mm.
and it's rather uncomfortable. But also, another thing you need to consider is outlet real estate. So there's an outlet by the couch, and then there's an outlet in the bunks in the back. So while the bunks are more comfortable, there's two, one on top and one on bottom. The one on top doesn't have a outlet. So it's more comfortable than the dyno or the couch, but it doesn't have an outlet. So there's a lot of things to consider there. And that's a really roundabout way of saying I built a randomizer that automatically chooses what our betting assignments are, so
Oh,
there's
interesting.
no
My dog's gonna
arguing.
start barking really loud.
Anyway, we'll roll through it. So
Will
yeah,
we?
I I
Okay.
I, I build things. Pretty soon my next project's gonna be I'm gonna use so I'm doing a tournament, a charity tournament, and it's a Minecraft Battle Royale. Pretty soon it'll be in November, and I'm gonna build a database where you can track all the players and who's eliminated and that sort of thing. So that'll be interesting.
That's cool.
You got really close to your microphone.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
So that'll be fun. I'm excited for this to work. I've never done a tournament before, so I'm kind of nervous, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna get through it. It'll be interesting. Do you have Minecraft Java Edition?
Nah, I don't have Java. I wish I did. I like Java a bit more, but no, I don't have that one.
Oh, that's disappointing because I kind of need a moderator team to help track
Ah.
like who's dead and stuff. But maybe I can connect to Minecraft and have some way to figure it out.
Hmm.
Or do like a check-in system where people on like their side can say like I'm dead. But I don't know. It should be interesting. That that
All right.
that's my upcoming project.
That's cool.
Even though I said there was gonna be a D&D charity stream.
Which we never got around to.
Yeah, but that's gonna take more effort than this one.
Hmm.
Like I almost got the infrastructure ready. It just means of building some way to have people first of all donate to the prize pool, because how it works is there's a prize pool, and
Hmm.
the winner gets to donate that prize pool to a charity of their choice. So battle royale, 100 people. Uh, it's $5 to enter. So that means whoever wins it is going to get $500 to a charity of their choice.
Oh, that's cool.
And there's going to be three. There's going to be a a squad of four, uh, duos and solos. So that should be fun.
Interesting.
Anyway, have you come up with a question yet?
Oh, right, that was the thing.
All right, you want? Wait a second. I'm getting a call.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm back. Really weird call.
Yep. Oh,
It was a
interesting.
survey for residents in Florida.
Oh,
You want to know something cool?
I do want to know something
I
cool.
don't live in Florida.
Whoa, dude, I'm so shocked.
That's like that's like how far? That's like 200 miles away. And also, I'm fairly certain English wasn't their first language, so that's fun.
Oh,
Interesting thing about scams. Oh, I punched my mic.
nice.
Interesting thing about scams.
Punch this mic.
So interesting thing about scams is I also got another like a text message, and it was about registering to vote in Florida. So I don't know who's using my name in Florida, but they are.
I have a question.
What is your question?
What is the thing you're looking forward to most in 2021?
The lack of deadly virus.
That's a good one. I think that would have been my answer too.
Okay, lack of virus is an easy one.
Right.
Let's put that away. Uh, let's just imagine for a second there's no deadly virus. Man, I would have gotten a lot more stuff done. Anyway, uh, yeah, let's not talk about lack of deadly virus. Let's talk about what we're looking forward to in 2021, and if that's the answer, we should talk about like what we're missing.
Okay.
uh, uh, so probably something I'm missing is just D&D, man. I want to play some
Oh, that's
D&D,
a good one. Right.
which really just boils down to just social events and
Hmm.
lack thereof. I want those back. You
Those
know,
would be nice.
I
Yeah.
I want it to be out by New Year's. When we have a little New Year's party,
Right.
that'd be fun.
That would be nice. Those were good. I remember our last one. That seemed so weird too, because we were talking earlier about things that feel like they were closer, but were really like a while away. New
Yeah,
Year's party. That seems like it was just
yeah,
yesterday.
I agree with you. That does feel really close.
That was yeah. It's like the Rona being at home the whole time. It's really taken away the sense of progression of time,
Yeah,
sort of.
I
It's
feel
like
like I'm doing nothing.
it's felt like Groundhog Day kind of the same thing over and over. With like it feels like it's still like April or something. Like I only just recently started feeling like it was close to Halloween. Like I was like, hang on.
Yeah. So we talked about the presidential debate earlier.
Hmm.
Have you seen the Saturday Night Live skits?
No, I haven't. I want to because I love Saturday Night Live,
Okay,
but I haven't seen
then I
those.
won't spoil anything.
I will go and watch those later after we get off this podcast because I need to see that.
Yes, you need to. Uh yeah, it's just fun. That's the only thing
That's the only thing you need to say. It's fun. It's SNL. That's the answer.
yeah. I'll send you a screenshot though.
Okay.
I'll send you a screenshot. I'll put it up on screen too.
Bam, there it is.
Yeah, it's right there. If I could fat fingering buttons, I can't get to the thing. There it is. Right, there we go. That's your teaser. So if you haven't watched it already, go watch it.
Oh.
I don't
Oh, what?
even I don't even have to link it
I
because it's probably all over your YouTube.
probably that looked really great.
Yeah, that's from the vice presidential one.
It's nice.
So there's your little teaser.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I feel like this one wasn't a long podcast, but I do have like dinner and stuff. So like,
You know what? It's fine. It's a good 45 minutes.
all right, we've hit a good mark then. All right.
Yeah.
So you want to hit
Yeah,
the
let's
outro?
close it. Let's close it. Thank you
Okay.
all for listening. If you enjoyed, please make sure to hit that like button. If you're on YouTube and if you're on Spotify, drop a follow. Or maybe if you're on Google Podcasts, do whatever Google Podcast does. I don't know. Because we have that many platforms now.
That's really
I
cool.
think we have a
I like that.
bit more than that too. I'm waiting for it to go on Apple Podcasts because that'll be exciting. Because then we can start getting reviews.
Ooh.
I'm reading reviews.
And we find that we're doing horrible.
Yeah. Everyone 1 star.
Worst podcast ever.
We get taken off of Apple Podcasts for just being so awful that they can't have it on their page because they actually lose money from it existing. But yeah,
That's
you should be able to get this almost everywhere where podcasts are available. We got ourselves on Open Podcast. We got ourselves on Radio Public. You don't even know what those two are, but they're there. Anyway, thank you all for listening. Uh, keep up the support. The last podcast got 44 views, I'm pretty sure, which is a lot for me. Which sounds really sad, but it's a lot for me. So, to those 44 people, thank you for your support, and we'll see you on the next one. Farewell.